Oh, finally! Finally! We have a hockey game tonight. The Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks in the second round of the National Hockey League playoffs. Thank you very much for being here on the Oil Stream. Dusty and Tommy Gazzola. Dusty and Tommy Gazzola. Dusty Nielson, Tommy Gazzola.
What did you
People
say?
probably were going to think we're brothers if I said Dusty and Tommy Gazzola with you, right? That would be
Well, we're
Dusty
almost.
Gazzola and Tommy Gazzola, right?
We're brother-like.
I guess. I mean, we all kind of are around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this was a kinship that formed over many years.
Yeah. That's good, Tommy. I'd let you adopt me.
I'll also let you adopt
Thanks,
me.
man. I would love to, like, in the morning, Tammy getting lunch ready for Marshall, the Muzz, and you.
Juice box, please.
That'd be hilarious.
One.
Yeah. No, she doesn't give out juice boxes.
Oh, that's fine.
She makes me a lunch, too. I don't get a juice box. Kids
can
don't
drink-
get. We don't do juice boxes at our house.
I prefer water anyway. It's good for you. My mom, probably watching right now, is very fond of you and Matthew and Eric, and now she's getting to know Zach. Why do you call him Zacticum? Because he's on his practicum. What? Does he like it? I don't know. We don't care. Why do you call Trevor YTT? YouTube Trev. Why does he go? Mom, just let it go. That's who they are. She loves it. Anyway.
Do you think this alert was sent out?
Good morning, Mom.
Did you get this alert? Hello.
I did.
Hello, Tommy's mom. You got the alert, eh?
Yes.
Do you think this is because of the Oilers and Canucks series and it's a test?
Yes.
Is that what this is? This is a test of the National Public Alert System by the Government of Canada. No action is required. If this was an actual emergency, you would now have instructions for protecting yourself and your family. Well, that seems convenient. Yeah, well, thanks for the heads
you.
up.
That's very nice.
Thanks for the heads up, Government of Canada.
Joel, I did not just wake up. I've been up since 7. I popped into the
This guy hit the gym.
I need to. I feel like a sack of crap.
I was going to say, you're really starting to look like shit lately, Tommy.
Thank you. I know. Well, I did something different with my hair today.
You did? Yeah. Actually, it's going that way a little
It's
bit more.
going that way.
Yeah,
It's because
yeah.
it's got that, like,
Do you usually just go up?
just go back.
What
like
about my
Tino
haircut?
Vasilino. You look very nice.
Thanks, man.
You look-
it took her nice and low.
You look nice.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
You look like a guy who's ready for business.
Well, we have to go do a little quick video shoot after Oil
do.
Stream today. Remember Tommy and I went and made custom shoes?
Yeah.
They've been ready for a while. We just haven't had time to get back.
Zapato Sanchez.
Zapato Sanchez, the
At
West Edmonton Mall.
Rodrigo, go see him. If you really want, like, nice, custom-made dress shoes, you're willing to spend a little bit more, go see Rodrigo at Zapato Sanchez. Don Julio, and I think, is it Ivan that works in the back? They got him out of Ukraine. He's a cobbler. Really
A real-life cobbler.
like a true cobbler.
Pretty cool.
And Don Julio, Rodrigo's dad, has been doing it since, I think, 85 at the mall. And it's neat. Not for everyone, because, you know, dress shoes...
I mean, they're high-end dress shoes.
They're super high-end, and you could do anything with them. But we're going to do a video, and we're going to put it to...
We're going to let
a
vote.
Who did the best, who designed the best shoes.
Yeah,
Zapato
you know, I
Sanchez.
didn't want to tell you this because Trev's coming with us, but he said he thinks that my shoes will win the vote.
You are more popular than me.
No, I don't think that's what it is. Well, your shoes are pretty flashy. I mean, if people are looking for a flashy pair of dress shoes, yours are going to fit the bill, right?
I tried something different.
You did.
You did too, though.
Well, no, I changed the
it's-
colors up a little bit, but like I didn't go with a buckle. Like you went with a buckle.
Oh,
on
the
these
buck,
shoes,
because
like-
I have lace-ups, but
Yeah.
I wanted... these are ones that I don't think I could wear all the time. Like, you told Rodrigo, you're like, I need to be ready for the CFL
Yeah, I want to
season.
like stand in these shoes for like 3.5 hours at a time.
And he knew full well going in that was the rationale. And I think I told Rodrigo, I'm like, hey, I want something different, but nice that I could bust out every now and then.
Want to mix it up a little bit, right?
Yeah, exactly. So for those looking to get into some new dress shoes and want to support local, go see Rigo over at Zapato Sanchez. I went to high school with him. He was two years ahead of me, though, back at AOB.
Oh, okay.
And he was very popular. And
Was he?
I was just the dorky.
Was he the
hockey
shoe
player.
guy even then? Like the
No.
heir to a shoe kingdom?
No, he
type
was
of thing?
always like stylish, and all the girls liked him. And Rodrigo, very charismatic, and a really good dude. Family man now, obviously. That was 20 years ago plus, but good dude. So just support local, good stuff.
So what's the deal with the side hair for you today? Then?
I don't know. I just because like it's gonna get long. Like I saw Chantal.
Oh yeah, of
last
course.
week,
Yeah.
And she's like, "We're gonna do a little shorter this time around." I'm like, "Okay," and then by like the end of the weekend, it'll be too long to do this, so I just did it this way. And
Well,
she's
I
got
like
some
it.
more-
I think it looks good.
It's different.
Yeah, you look so chill.
I feel chill.
Yeah, good.
I feel good. Today feels good.
I finally get a game
Had
here.
a cold, and now I
Yeah,
feel
you back?
okay.
You back now? You officially back,
I think
Tommy
we're
Gazzola?
back. I think we're back.
Excellent. Well, that's
Watch
good
party.
news. That's good.
Watch party.
Yeah, we'll get into that as we work our way through the show today. Obviously, the Oil Stream today and every day presented to you by Boston Pizza. Fuel your fandom right now at Boston Pizza. Their playoff menu is now available. This is not like a game thing. Playoff menu is going all the time. You want to go in and hit the playoff menu for lunch? You go in and hit the playoff menu for lunch.
Boom.
All of these options right now. We're talking a flight of wings. We're talking the halftime square footer, the triple play platter, and the new Chipotle chicken quesadillas. Fuel your fandom at Boston Pizza all throughout the playoffs. And finally, we do get a game
Boom.
tonight. Seems like we've been teeing this bloody thing up forever.
Yeah.
Be nice to finally drop the puck on this. Now, teams are out and about this morning. Game day skates, morning skates, getting ready for this game. Optional for the Edmonton Oilers today.
Yes. Just looking in the daily media chat, sounds like we're going to hear from McDavid, and very calm and quiet day at the rink. It is like that on game days in the playoffs. It's interesting because you would think that that's the big hype day because there's all the energy and excitement going into it. But in the morning, both teams generally keep it very calm, and it's not as hyped up in the morning. Now, the energy builds as the night progresses, and then when you get to game day, it just pops off. But it's usually the day before the game where that's the big one where everybody's on the ice. Like yesterday, it was a 15-minute skate, Dusty. Very
Real quick one.
Flow. A couple little things here and there. Right to the circle, stretch, get the hell off the ice. We're flying to Vancouver. That's how it was yesterday.
Your predictions for game one tonight. What are you thinking? We haven't seen the Oilers play in a while. Canucks have been off for a little bit too. Both teams should come in extremely well rested. The Edmonton Oilers look like they'll have to make a lineup change here with Adam Henrique. So we'll get into that as we work our way through it. But you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. If you're watching over on YouTube, it is game day. So hey, hammer a thumbs up for the Oil Stream. Continue to push this bad boy out to as many Oilers fans as we can. Who knows? Maybe even some Canucks fans sliding into the chat as well. And we'll get into a few of those comments as well. But hammer the thumbs up for us over on YouTube as it is a game day and we are getting ready. Sean with a text here. It says, finally, drop the puck already.
Yeah.
Do you boys have any Oilers stats versus new goalies? I can't shake the feeling that if Sheloff steals a game, then it's going to be an uphill battle. Maybe it's recency bias with Hill and Francouz. That comes to mind here for Sean.
Right.
Tommy, how does that factor in here?
I don't have stats for that, but
Yeah.
we have talked about it over the years. Remember when Lucas Dostal came in and had a great afternoon?
Dostal did have that one great game,
yeah,
didn't he?
and then they've lit him up since. I want to say this. I feel like the Oilers have gotten over that new goalie, young goalie hump.
That's like the overall maturing of the team. It's like
part of that process.
They get over that type of stuff
It
now.
seems like it. Now, Sheloff should have a lot of confidence after what he did in that Nashville series, but this is a whole different beast. I saw some people on X, a.k.a. Twitter, talking about how Nashville outscored Edmonton, I think on average or something like that.
down the stretch.
We've watched the Oilers in the playoffs elevate themselves. McDavid, Draisaitl, those two are just crushing it in the playoffs. I would throw those stats out right now.
I don't care what the final 2 months of the season stats are for Nashville. You cannot tell me the Nashville Predators offense is as dangerous as the Edmonton Oilers offense. Like do the Nashville Predators have Connor McDavid? No. Do the Nashville Predators have Leon Draisaitl? No. Do the Nashville Predators have Zach Hyman? No. Like I'm sorry, it's a different beast. The Vancouver Canucks, and as good as the Canucks have been defensively, and I know with Tocchet, that's been one of their strengths for sure, and maybe that's why they could win a game with the Smith, and maybe that's why they could win a couple games with Shelovs, right? Because they play pretty steady defense. But I do not have the time for Predators offense was just as good as the other. I don't know. Please,
it's not.
Stop with that. The Edmonton Oilers have two generational superstars up front. The Nashville Predators have none.
And
that's
a 50
the difference.
goal scorer.
And a bonus 50 goal man.
Goal scorers and a defenseman that hit 80 something this year.
I mean, Roman Yossi's a beast on the back end.
He is.
He's a better defenseman than I honestly in
Top 5.
yeah, I'm trying to think because it's tough because they just beat them. But in a playoff series, I honestly think I take Roman Josi even ahead of Quinn Hughes, who's still going in this series.
Yes.
Nothing against
Quinn
Hughes,
Hughes
phenomenal
banged up.
season. Like,
I was talking to some media friends over in Vancouver. They say he's a little nicked up.
yeah,
Everybody is.
so
this
keep
time.
pounding, right?
Hammer him.
I think that's got to be. I would assume like what are you watching for in the first 20 minutes of this game tonight?
Who dictates the pace?
Do you think it matters? Did you watch Dallas, Colorado last night?
I did.
I watched a good chunk of that game, like over, well, at least 2 periods.
I watched the first and the third thinking that it was over, and then I flipped back. I was like, what the hell's going on?
I know. It was a great game. But the pace in that game, like, do you think we see a similar pace in the first 20 minutes here tonight?
Gets bumped up.
We were wondering if there's like a bit of a feeling out process because neither team has played for like at least 4 days. I think it's going to be drop the puck,
Boom.
mad pace, physical opening 20.
I agree. I think both teams want to assert themselves, and they're going to go toe-to-toe. It should be good. It should be a really fun first period. I think we're going to see a few goals, both sides. I think it's like a 2-2 after 1, and then things will settle in the second period. Not to say that it's going to get quieter or more boring. I think they'll find their groove. It'll still be fast. It'll still be physical, but I think that first period is going to be something else. It's going to be on a different level.
B-Mother Review says Vancouver media were trying to make the case that Nashville equals Edmonton offensively.
Okay.
It's laughable. I mean, it is laughable. I mean, it's nothing against
Disagree,
but it's
respectfully.
We politely disagree, and you're
Those
wrong.
are our friends.
I mean,
sorry, incorrect.
It's just not a great take. I don't think that's a great take.
No. Artur Shilovs.
Artur's she loves. She loves me. She loves me not. As was texted into 2 guys and a goalie yesterday.
Beautiful.
Yeah, no, that's nice work there, eh?
Beautiful.
Mark says, guys, I hope to see a good start after a long layoff. Florida and Colorado, even though they came back, did seem to have some issues in game 1. Scott Thompson over in the Nasty Chat. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for us today. It'll just keep bringing more people into the conversation. Scott says, best Oilers start of the playoffs, ... Would like to see Shilovs chased from the net. We had this question came in on 3 questions too many today on the Smash It Nielson show, and that was the fact that I wonder how this plays out if they do get to Shilovs early in this series. Like, how much damage could they do long term?
Yeah.
From a series perspective, if they come out tonight, put up 3 in the first or something, you know?
Yeah, that could be a mental battle for Shilovs if they get to him quickly. Because he's probably, I would assume his confidence is really high right now, as it should be.
Yeah, it should be, totally.
He's earned that right, obviously. But if that armor is cracked early and he gets a little bit of self-doubt and he goes, oh, this is not the Nashville Predators, and he gets in his own head, which is entirely possible, then that could be trouble for Artur Shilovs. Really quickly, too, another thing I was told from Vancouver media, just in having discussions, kind of sharing some information heading into the series. I know they're saying Demko's skating, and I know they're saying he might be close, but there's some in Vancouver that don't think he's even going to dress or be ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, like we had
for this series.
Was the Noodles that was on today said like he's on skates,
Yeah,
but he's like shuffling.
yeah,
Like he's not up and down, up and down, up and down, up
Right.
and down, right? Like when you have a lower body injury as a goalie, you got to be in a pretty comfortable spot to
Yep.
come back. So, at this point,
Especially
I mean,
if it's
at this point, I'm imagining a series without Demko. Like if Demko plays later in the series, I'd probably be a little bit surprised.
same.
Just, you're going to see him out there. It's going to be this looming threat of Demko coming back. But as of right now, like the way I picked this series thinking that we're not going to see Thatcher Demko. So we'll, now with that being said, even if they did it, well, if Demko was healthy for this series, I'd probably go Oilers in 7. But, without a healthy Demko, then.
I feel like Shilov's leash will be relatively short because DeSmith was very good against Edmonton. Early in the season, late in the season.
In the fourth game. Yeah, I mean, no McDavid in that game.
Sure.
So, but he was really good in that game.
Yes.
I'll give him credit. Like I basically said I'd write off the entire head-to-head matchups this season. But even without McDavid in that final game, I guess you could still say DeSmith, he was
good.
He was one of the best players on the ice in that game.
Yep.
So, yeah, I guess they do have that there. So how long would the leash be then, do you think? Like if the Canucks lose game 1 tonight
And they get blown
Shilovs is like, I don't know, like let's in 4 goals and the Oilers win 4-1, 4-2. Are you going to DeSmith in game 2, or are you running it back with Sheloff?
On how many shots and what kind of goals.
What kind of goals, yeah.
If they're bad goals, yes, you go to DeSmith. If they're like, wow, that was a brilliant play goals, he probably is back in for game 2.
This text is in and says, hey, Dusty, I've got 2 tickets with your name on it for the tunnels when you come to Moose Jaw. Let me know if you want them. That's in from Munch Master Flex today. Have you been to Moose Jaw?
I have not.
Me neither. I've never been to Moose Jaw. Actually, no, that's a lie. Of course I've been to Moose Jaw.
I've been to the Battlefords. I've been to Meadow Lake. I've been to, obviously, I lived in Lloydminster, obviously Saskatoon, Regina, but not Moose Jaw.
Did you know my Moose Jaw story?
No.
I applied, in a weird turn of events. I applied to be the play-by-play guy for the Moose Jaw Warriors.
But you were the Hurricanes.
No, I was a Hurricanes color guy.
Color guy, okay.
For only 1 year. And I hate being color guy. I just don't think guys like me should do color. It's just like you have a player, whatever, somebody do color.
But they're scrambling.
Young broadcaster, they need a color guy, so they color for a year, and then I was like a ringside guy for a year. So I had applied for the Moose Jaw Warriors play-by-play job. And Moose Jaw comes up. I'm calling the WHL final, so it's going to be Portland and Moose Jaw. So I'll be in Moose Jaw, which should be great.
You're going to love.
They got a great team. Yeah, Portland.
Amazing.
I hear Portland's awesome.
It is phenomenal.
It's funny because the series starts Friday. Their games 1 and 2 are Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
The next game's not till Tuesday, and we're gonna have all day Sunday in Portland, just like an off day kind of thing.
Wander around downtown.
So yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out. That should be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm also looking forward to going to Moose Jaw. But anyway, I applied for the Moose Jaw Warriors play-by-play job. I would have been. I mean, I must have been like 23, maybe, working in Lethbridge, maybe 24, whatever, doesn't matter. I had just a horrible Ford Taurus, like just a brutal Ford Taurus. So and it was hot out that day. It was like 36 degrees. And I'm hauling along in this shit box trying to get to Moose Jaw for a job interview. And I pull into the, I'm at the intersection outside the radio station, and my Ford Taurus dies.
Yes, okay.
You know this one. It dies. So I go to the gas station. Some guy who works at the gas station comes out, helps me push my car into the radio station parking lot. And as I'm pushing my car up, the guy who's there, who's interviewing me, is waiting outside the station. He's like, hey, are you Dustin? I was just like, yeah, I'm Dustin. And hello, I'm a complete mess.
I need this job.
So I really need this gig.
Yeah.
And then
I'm good. Trust me.
I did the interview.
Yeah.
And I come back out. I thought the interview went well. Obviously, it didn't go well enough. In fact, I think they hired James Gallo, who's still calling games.
Oh, wow.
I think it's the same guy. Anyway, I go back out to my car, and I'm like, now how am I going to get home? Like the car, and there was a Ford dealership right next to the radio station, and I'm driving this Ford Taurus. So I was like, well, I could go there. And then I got in, and I turned it on, fired up. So I was like, boom, pedal to the metal. I'm driving back to Lethbridge. Just before Medicine Hat, transmission just, like the car's dead. So I had no money because I've been working in radio, making like $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
And I called my parents in Cranbrook and was like, hey, so at least my dad's like, how'd the interview go, son? I said, well, car broke down on the way in, and now the car's broken down outside of Medicine Hat. I said, I have no money. I don't know what to do. He's like, well, get a tow truck, take it into like a transmission shop. We're going to drive from Cranbrook to Medicine Hat right now to pick you up. I was like, man, my parents are the best. The best.
Yeah.
So, and then I was just like, well, what do I do? Like, it was like late in the day. And my dad's like, well, go get a hotel. Put it on my credit card, and then we'll meet you at the hotel. So I go to we're at the Medicine Hat Lodge, I think.
I've stayed there.
Have you? Yeah.
I
a
like
lot
it.
of hockey teams stay there. I stayed there when I went to the U18s or something.
Yeah.
And I remember I fell asleep. My mom and my dad and my younger sister, who was like 14 at the time, they got to Medicine Hat at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was so passed out in the room that they're knocking on the door and I wasn't even getting up. They were so pissed at me.
Yeah.
And then the next day we went to the show. They're like, you need like a full new transmission in this vehicle. So we're like, keep it. We left it. I left the car in Medicine Hat. We drove away. Yada, yada, yada. Never got the job in Moose Jaw. And now I'm going back to call the WHL final. So that's kind of fun.
Full circle, man.
Yeah.
And so cool.
I milked a lot out of Ford Tauruses in my 20s, man. I think the exact same car prior, similar thing happened. It was just I
had a 91 Chev Cavalier, my dad's old.
Chevy Cavalier.
Yeah. It lasted. I had it for 2 years. Bought myself my first.
My buddy had a Cavi too. Like,
it was very reliable. My dad bought it brand new, kept it in good shape, and he's just like, I need something new here. You take this. And I gave it to my brother, and he toasted that.
Of course, that's what siblings do.
Yeah,
they're the worst.
And then, I think I need a new vehicle pretty soon here.
Do you? Your car still looks nice, though.
I've kept it in good shape. It's just it's time.
It's time, eh?
It's time. Yeah.
You're gonna get a truck like me?
No, I've thought about an SUV though.
Well, you might need a small one though with your parking situation. A mid-size SUV.
I'm looking to get into the market. Any dealers out there?
Well, Park Mazda, your dealer for life.
Hey, Mitch.
Mitch will hook you up.
New best friend coming down.
Portions of the oil stream brought to you by Popeyes. Things just get better at Popeyes with the new crispy chicken buffalo wrap. It is available. 2 classic hand-battered breaded mild chicken tenders, bold buffalo sauce paired with fresh lettuce, tomato, milder spicy mayo, wrapped in a soft flour tortilla. Available in store. Buffalo poutine, also available at all of your Popeyes locations. And Popeyes, obviously, big partners of the Edmonton Oilers as well. Yeah, remind me to do this.
Yes,
we got to
need
give
to do
away qualifying for the VIP table at the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival.
Also,
circle that a couple times.
To wrap up the story you told about your Moose Jaw sojourn, shout out to HR Daddy and Nasty Nana for doing that.
Yeah, my parents... my parents were pretty strict when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But they were still like awesome and totally supported me all the time. Still do. I mean, yeah, it's awesome. My parents are good. My parents are great. It's a lot of fun. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. This guy just texted in quickly and goes, "Hey guys, I went to Regina in 06 to watch a Rolling Stones concert.
Nice.
I had a Ford car as well. It broke down on the Medicine Hat on the highway back to Calgary. Unfortunately, it was Thanksgiving weekend, so everything was closed. I had to wait all day, take the Greyhound home, and go back the next weekend to pick up my car after it got fixed. Ooh,
that sucks.
That sucks a big one.
Yeah.
That sucks a big one. All right, we will be at Hudson's tonight for the GCL Diesel pre- and post-game show. Tommy Gazzola, you got a fat stack of GCs?
I still have a good chunk of GCs left. Are you guys giving
good.
away 50s on the morning show still? I have some.
We're mentioning the hell out of it, but we didn't give away a $50 GC today.
Because I think that's...
I think we still have some kicking around.
Okay, because I have more, but I'm running low on 20s. I'll probably be done those by tonight, maybe Friday.
Yeah.
But I have a ton of 10s, and then I'll ask...
I know Roger texted in this morning and said him and his wife are coming.
Perfect.
And his wife's looking for a 50 because she's a lady, right? So... just a heads up. Go see Tommy Gazzola.
All right.
Hudson's Bourbon Street tonight. GCL Diesel pregame show. What time does that get going?
That gets going at 6:30 tonight. Should be great. The watch parties are awesome. It's Wing Wednesday.
Have the whole crew out. It's going to be fun.
You were talking about wings today, and I'm getting the ancho chipotle boneless tonight. I know my order already.
You already know.
Yeah.
The boneless too.
Maybe with some soup.
Well, especially with pre and post, you don't do the hands
Just
and stuff.
Eat them with a fork.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a great crew, great time down there, and
it is going to be a lot of fun.
Parties are awesome. So if you don't have plans, you want to do something, I'll be distributing GCs like they're candy on Halloween. And let's go.
All right, Adam Henrique. What is the latest on Adam Henrique? Do we know anything about Adam Henrique?
Talking to our peers in the media here, DVD loves reviewing video.
He does, doesn't he?
He's got a screen that he's watching the game live, and then he watches the broadcast, and then if he misses something, he goes back to it. He thinks it's an ankle. Okay, I do not recollect the play, but DVD's he kind of got rolled up on a little bit and, was a ginger. And we had people texting in saying, hey, what's up with Henrique not finishing out that game? So DVD thinks it's an ankle. Sounds like Henrique was going to skate today or, kind of working with the athletic therapist, probably with Happy, Chris Davey. And I don't know the timeline. This is the time of season where they go very, very quiet on this stuff and throw up smoke screens. It's surprising to me to see Janmark is the guy that's penciled in.
Okay, good. Let's have this conversation because you are the biggest Janmark supporter.
I respect
locally.
his contributions to the
team. So you're
team.
surprised. Did you think it would just be Fogle back up into the top 6?
Yes.
Me too.
Yeah, and part of me thinks, too, that this might be a smoke screen. That's my suspicion. And then we do see a Fogle get bumped up, or
so you don't think it's crazy to think Fogle could play more in that spot tonight than Janmark?
Or they do something with Kane and get him up there. I know Kane with Nugent Hopkins and Draisaitl was a thing. I could see maybe they bump Kane up and then they put Fogle back up on the second line. That's something that I feel like could happen. I don't know how you can justify having Matthias Janmark on your top line in the playoffs against Vancouver. With all due respect, as someone who's a Janmark booster on the record.
Big time, this guy.
to me, it doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's I want to buy into the smoke screen theory because those are always fun.
It's just a
but
thought.
like, do you need to smoke screen and then be like, surprise, it's Fogle? You know, like,
No,
I don't think that moves. Now, maybe if it was Kane, like if they're like, hey, wait, Kane's playing with McDavid, now what do we do with the Draisaitl news? Like,
But they do
maybe that
this.
would throw them out. Yeah, maybe.
And Chris Knobloch did that in the first round. There are a few times where you're like, oh, that guy, he's playing in the top line. Or
I also
we've seen that. Remember, like Kane practicing on the fourth line going into the series, and then Holloway started on the fourth line.
That's true.
So there is a precedent there that's been set, and it's minor, and it's not like what Jay Woodcroft was doing. It's not like keeping both goalies out there and having them go off at the same. It's not stupid stuff like that. But I'm just saying, like, there's been a little bit of that gamesmanship. So that's why I feel like this Janmark thing on the top line is very short-lived, if at all.
Well, like everybody you've talked to about it will say, yo, you know what? He's not going to play all the time up there. And I'm like, well, if he's not going to play all the time up there, then put somebody up there that you might be able to play all the time up there, which would probably be Fogle. Like, what did you think of Fogle in the last series? Because I know Rashog. Yeah, remember Rashog on Monday with the Got Your Back mandate was like, you know, wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more of Fogle, and he likes to see McLeod get a little more physical or whatever. But Fogle was kind of that sixth guy in the top six most of the season.
He's a 20-goal scorer.
Yeah. I don't know.
And
I would have just thrown him right back up into the top six. Probably would have Kane with McDavid and Hyman, and then Fogle with Nuge and Draisaitl is probably what I would have done at least. But
sure,
doesn't mean anything.
That sounds fine.
Yeah,
like, makes sense. But it's not like Fogle played bad in the first round. It's just they moved some parts around, and
he was kind of the one guy who kept getting moved.
Holloway kept playing good. Kane elevated his game. Hyman was Hyman, obviously. Nugent Hopkins was all right. So I just think that. Yeah, Fogle could be the easy bump up there, and it's not anything he didn't do, and no disrespect to Matthias Janmark, but there's some better candidates to play top six on the left side on one of those lines than Matthias Janmark.
780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Some people chiming in here on the Matthias Janmark thing. I do like John Johnston, who's become like...
He's the Canucks guy,
yeah,
right?
But he's not even like a troll. He's sort of just... He's a Canucks fan who likes to
mixing it
comment.
up.
You know? He says, I like this. That's what we're doing with Demko. That's why the goalie's not confirmed. Surprise! Demko starts game one.
I doubt that. V-Power, I like this. At John Johnston. Are you part of the team? Well done, V-Power.
V-Power knows Tommy Gazzola.
That's a
good point. Yeah, hey, John, what
right
number
there.
do you wear on the Canucks?
Thank you.
Am I right?
What are you, Matthew Owanek?
Did he draw some wheeze?
Well, with every other team that
not with the
he
Oilers,
is
but like...
evidently a part of, the Yankees, the Ravens, 17 different college football teams.
Duke basketball.
Yeah.
Lakers.
Florida Gators. Or no, he's the U. I can't remember because he's a part. Manchester United. Yeah. Oh, Owanek.
Jason Leduc says, putting Janmark on the top line gives me the McTavish feels.
Yeah. I don't think Chris Knobloch is of the same ilk coaching-wise as Craig McDavid.
Here's an interesting text from a no-handle person. Okay. 780-218-9999. One thing I saw was maybe Janmark there to keep the second and third lines together because they've been playing so well.
But the second line, how much Nugent Hopkins, Kane, and Draisaitl has there been?
Yeah, you're right. It's not like it was like from start to finish being like, Plus, I mean, I would argue the fourth line played pretty well.
I agree.
So you kind of be breaking up that line. Propane Pimp is in. Fogle, the guy is closer to the press box than he is to the first line with his first round play. Janmark is a placeholder and will play 12 shifts there just fine.
Whoa, Propane Pimp. That's a swing.
Man, Propane Pimp. This takes me back to the podcast days and all the Fogle hate. Remember all those jokes we used to make when the Oyster was just a podcast?
Yes.
Nate the Builder says, could you make the case that Matthias Janmark plays the most like Henrique style-wise?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
I mean, he is defensively sound.
Yes.
He's more physical, and he gets around a little bit quicker. But I don't think he's got the processor
offensive
that Henrique has.
Mind, yeah.
Yeah.
Henrique's got a better touch around the net. Henrique's got a better shot. Henrique is more offensively leaning. mentally. So, no. I don't think so. I don't think so, at least. Maybe some agree, but.
Matty Iwanek, who had that appointment today. Now he's like, hey, this is the first time Iwanek's ever texted into the station.
Hello, Matthew.
Matty, you've never texted any other show to like bitch or complain about anything?
This is the first text he's ever sent.
I know, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says the U and Wazoo. Those are his 2 college football teams. You said 17. He's saying Miami, the U, and then Wazoo would be Washington, right? So
yeah, and then he's gonna. Oh, I like this team. Oh, I always watch them. Oh, I like that team. Oh, and my SEC team, I cheer for. So you're full of crap,
Matty is totally. I have an AL team and an NL team guy.
Yes,
100%.
He also likes 16 minor league baseball teams, smattered about in various leagues.
The worm is in and says Sheloff's confirmed.
Boom.
Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up. We're like halfway home to 100, but there's well beyond that watching right now. So hammer the thumbs up for us. Let's push the Oilers stream out to as many people as we can via the algorithm on YouTube. If you're listening on TuneIn or iHeart or EdmontonSportsTalk.com, like Johnny from Sylvan is, he texts in and says, if Henrique is out, I'd go Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Kane, Draisaitl, Fogle, and then Holloway, McLeod, Perry, Janmark, Carrick, and Brown. So
we know Ryan is in.
Ryan, yeah. Why would you take Ryan out? Like Ryan,
he was all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Carrick was a bit banged up. I think he's all right. He's been practicing on the 5th line with Gagne, and then Brown briefly, but Brown's getting that bump up. I'm curious to see how Connor Brown plays because he was not happy sitting in the first round.
Thought he should have been in there somewhere.
So if he's motivated, and he was playing better late in the year, did get a little bit of offense going. We did elevate him from Peter Klima to Michael Pekka. Now's his chance. Now's his chance to become Michael Pekka and fulfill my prophecy that I've maintained since prior to Christmas.
You've been going on with that for a long time.
I almost forgot
if Connor Brown scores tonight, I'm definitely looking at you at Hudson's and being like, Michael Pekka, you called it, buddy. AJ in Speedy Creek says, throw Gagne up there for one game.
I like that.
Get him that ring when they win.
Yeah, I'm all about that. I want to see Sam Gagne celebrate and end his career the right way.
With the Stanley Cup?
That would be magnificent.
Man, would that be sweet?
That's a personal, I would appreciate that, having known him, dealt with him, worked with him since 2010, and then when he got here, 2007. That would be phenomenal. Phenomenal.
This in the chat says, guys, Connor Brown anytime goal scorer. If you want to bet on CoolBet, and CoolBet, of course, is our exclusive betting partner here at Edmonton Sports Talk. We do have the EST parlay locked and loaded tonight. If I know Matty Iwanek, if he's still listening, he's sprinkling $1 on this one tonight.
Little Salt Bay on there.
Matty was where were we yesterday? Oh, it was during the meeting. We had an EST meeting yesterday. He was talking about some betting, like a different betting thing, and he goes, "They won't even let you withdraw cents."
I know.
And I'm like, why are you taking out cents?
Because that's Matty.
Like taking out cents.
It's the principle of it.
I
That's
love it.
Matthew.
I love it.
I know.
Like Matty's Matty would go through the process of filling out 12 different pieces of paper that need to be faxed somewhere to get 35 cents back from somebody.
Very principle.
Very committed.
Yes.
Very committed.
Yes.
That's why it's nice to have Stingy guy around the office. I mean,
he's great.
It helps us. Like when I said I was going to buy the Smash the Pelican costume,
I know.
Iwanek was like, "No, you're not. That's ridiculous." Because usually mascot costumes are insane. This one was like $360. And he's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, we should do that. We should do that."
The Donaire one, wasn't it didn't it sell for $10?
Well, that went crazy.
That
It was an
insane.
auction and stuff.
Yeah.
The Edmonton Sports Talk parlay: Zach Hyman to score tonight, Connor McDavid 2 points or more, and the Edmonton Oilers to win. That's all we're asking for tonight to cash this EST parlay. Hudson's will be a glorious place tonight because I know a few of the boys there will be riding on this bad boy for sure. Hyman to score, McDavid 2 points, Oilers to win, plus 350. One of the other things you can get over there right now is you can go bet on the series and some player totals in the series. Tommy, I know you're not a wagering man yourself.
Yeah, not really.
I do enough for both of us here on the Oil Stream anyway.
You.
But let me just run some of these by you. Connor McDavid, 10.5 points in the series, over or under?
Over.
Okay. I bet on that one last night. Leon Draisaitl total points in the series 8.5.
Over.
Yeah, that's that one's tough because it's minus 192, which means you're not going to get like a ton of value on it.
Right.
I'd like to see it move to 9.5, bring the number down so we can hammer it. I'd even put it at 10.5, just like McDavid.
Yeah.
Zach Hyman, 7.5 points in the series.
Over.
Nuge, 6.5.
Under.
Bouchard, 6.5.
Over.
Quinn Hughes, 4.5.
Over.
Yeah, I think I like that Quinn Hughes over there too. JT Miller and Brock Besser both at 6.5.
Over.
And Elias Pettersson can't even get on the board. Classic.
He's in tonight.
All right, and then as far as goals go, Zach Hyman, 3.5.
Over.
Well, I didn't get on that one. I might get on that one right now. Pettersson, 2.5.
Under.
Draisaitl, 3.5.
Over.
That's the one I hammered last night. Yeah. Draisaitl over 3.5. I think there's a big series coming for him. Brock Besser, 2.5.
Over.
Bouch, 2.5. Oh, no, Bouchard, 1.5.
Oh, he only had the one, though, last series, right?
Yeah, but
I'm playing. I'd stay away from that one.
What?
Yeah.
Nope. I'm playing it.
Just because?
I'm playing it. Small little. I'm just a
Over?
little sprinkle. I'm going to take a little sprinkle on the over. You know what? A little bit more of a sprinkle. Double sprinkle.
Is Suter on there? I love how Eric was
he's not available.
Puce Suter.
Puce Suter. JT Miller, 2.5.
Over.
And Connor McDavid, 3.5 goals in the series.
Under.
I
think he's going to get a lot of assists.
Okay.
Same thing as first round.
Under is minus 120. That is actually the favorite in that category. All those odds right now over at CoolBet. If you're not yet signed up for an account, all you have to do is use the code LOCKSHOP when you do, and you will get a 100% deposit bonus on your initial deposit up to 200 smack-roos. More of your text messages to 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. Peter is asking, hey guys, any chance Connor Brown gets a look with Connor McDavid?
My instinct would be no, because we didn't really see it outside of the start of the year where Brown was not good. He had that one preseason game. He had 2 goals. People were like, this guy's going to get 30 playing right wing. No, I don't think so. I think he's going to be stuck in the bottom 6.
I would wonder...
How do you do that? How do you justify that?
No, you can't justify that.
Right.
No. To be honest with you, when I first saw the text come in, I thought the McDavid was McLeod. That's why I read it. Because I think if Corey Perry has like a bad first game and Brown plays okay in the fourth line, I got no problem with Holloway, McLeod, and Brown.
Yeah.
Like you could maybe do that, but that's as high up as he's going in that lineup.
I feel like that's probably the likeliest scenario.
I would, I think that's probably the case. JT Shark is in and says, I do not have the Canucks as underdogs.
Okay.
I mean, everybody else in the world does. So I love your justification of it. Actually,
read it.
Yeah, you know what? Show us your homework on this. You don't think the Canucks are underdogs in this series. Are you just saying, well, because they finished higher in the standings in the regular season? Maybe that's your reason. If you want to use they were 4-0 against the Oilers in the regular season, I'll politely ask you to go somewhere else. That series, those 4 games mean nothing. We went through it and broke it down in the last episode. Oilers, we think, have a better forward group.
Yep.
We said the blue line was a wash, but if you want to lean towards Quinn Hughes' small advantage, that's fine.
Vancouver, yes.
I did see some sort of NHL update account saying that the Canucks have better goaltending, and that's without if Demko was playing, sure.
Simple.
But even a banged up Demko, I mean, there's going to be some weaknesses there, I think. Coaching, we even gave a slight advantage to Rick Tocchet just based on experience.
Yes.
But special teams,
no.
Stuart Skinner against Sheloffs, you're taking Stuart Skinner.
Yeah.
I don't know.
5-on-5, I guess you could go Vancouver. Like, people are knocking Edmonton's 5-on-5 after that first round because it was even with LA. LA scored a couple of cheapies. They count. Especially game 1, those 2 that get banked in. Those are goals. Let's not kid ourselves. But I think when I was thinking about it, LA's boring, defensive-oriented style creates that type of game and limits 5-on-5 offense. Whereas Vancouver, quick on the transition, offense from the back end, opens it up a bit more, willing to play that game. I think that lends to an opportunity for Edmonton to win the 5-on-5 portion of this series, more so than LA and its style of play. That's just my thought on it.
Guy Charger is in. It says Canucks defenseman averaged 6'5", the biggest in the league, and pounded a Nashville team that was 5th best after the All-Star break. Smaller Oilers get grounded down in 7. Well, I think what's the tail of the tape on the blue lines? Because I saw the Oilers blue line listed.
It's big.
Like Ekholm, Nurse, Kulak's a big body.
Brett
Desharnais's a
the
giant.
Smallest defenseman at 6'2".
Yeah. Is CC bigger than Kulak?
They're about the. I don't know. They're
Yeah,
roughly
like the
same.
blue, like the
CC's
Oilers.
thick.
Not that blue lines are pounding blue lines, but the Edmonton Oilers blue line is a big, strong blue line as well. Whether you really want to admit it or not.
Nurse, Ekholm, and obviously Desharnais are giants. 6'4", 6'5", 6'7". And then your smallest guys are CC and Kulak at 6'2".
JT the Shark, who did say he doesn't think the Canucks are underdogs here, says 5-on-5 is where the battles will be won and lost in this series. Yeah, but ask the Los Angeles Kings how that went. Like,
And their
they held their own 5-on-5, and they lost in 5. And their special teams got torched into the second best penalty kill in the National
That's
Hockey
right.
League, and the Oilers toyed with them in the first round.
It's like Carolina, too. Carolina had the best PK in the league, and they're getting murdered by the Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers power play is absolutely
Yeah.
lighting them up right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I do view the Canucks as an underdog in this series, but I mean, I have it going 6. You have it going 6. Like it's.
I have it going 6.
We're not
in
saying that they're going to
favor of
walk all
Edmonton.
over
Call
them,
me a
but
homer, I get it. That's fine.
yeah, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999, or you can hit us up in the nasty chat if you're watching on YouTube. Let's hammer that thumbs up today. No reason that we can't get 19 more here and push it up to 100 today.
Lots of people watching live, which is great. Listening live, probably too.
Yes, Tom, that's correct. Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah. Lots of people listening and watching live.
Fantastic.
Zadorov and Myers are pylons out there. Depending on who the opposition is, I think Connor McDavid can make those guys look like I would take McDavid coming in one-on-one with Zadorov. Okay.
Somebody brought up, I think it was our last oil stream on Monday, saying Zadorov is going to dummy the Oilers. And I said, do you not remember 2 springs ago
Yeah.
when Zadorov was a non-factor?
I mean, you could basically say Zadorov's not in Calgary anymore because the Edmonton Oilers dummied him.
I'll give him credit. Like, he's turned himself into an asset, but how much different is he from the guy 2 seasons ago? Really?
Is Zadorov better now than he was 2 years ago?
No.
Probably not.
He's
So
just older.
Gonna be a great series, though. Very much ready for them to drop the puck. Stamphater texting and says, "Guys, a bit of an off Oilers question here, but your thoughts on Trouba's attempted hit? I've never seen a player's skates facing the ceiling."
Wyshynski summed it up nicely. He mistimed it and he basically bailed midair.
You don't think he was throwing the elbow to try to get peace? I politely disagree with Greg. I thought he was throwing the elbow to get a piece when he realized he wasn't going to get the body.
I think he knew he wasn't. Yeah, maybe he was trying to get a piece, but I don't think it's as egregious as some people are making it out to be. It was hilarious. And then where he did get Nachas was on the fall. He kicked him in the back of the head. And that hurts when you get a skate boot to the head, back of the head too. I don't think it was that bad. It was funny as hell, though. Especially seeing that one corner angle, and it's just like
smashed right into. Like, he gets suspended at some point in the playoffs, right? There's no way that Trouba and the Rangers go on like a run to the Cup final and he doesn't miss a game or two somewhere along the way. He's going to injure somebody doing something like that.
It's crazy how close to the line he's willing to go.
Oh, he's willing to go across the line. That's why it looks like he's just going to the line. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Yeah, let's do this giveaway right now for the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival. We have a VIP table here at Edmonton Sports Talk for 4, you and 3 friends or strangers. If you're like, hey, I don't know you, but you want to come to a great comedy show.
Make new friends.
Headlined by Shane Gillis on the Friday night, Friday, July 12th. We are taking qualifiers throughout the day here in Edmonton Sports Talk, and we will put you into the grand prize draw for the Friday night VIP table. This is going to run for 3 weeks. Then we're going to do it again with a Saturday night VIP table. Boom. Then we're going to do it again with a Sunday night VIP table. So if you want to get in right now, text the word joke to 780-218-9999, as in Elias Pettersson was a joke in the first round of the playoffs against the Nashville Predators. Text joke right now to 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. You'll likely get a text back from Zacticum at some point for get some of your information. But 780-218-9999, text the word joke. Now, as far as Pettersson goes, like, Tommy, there hasn't been a lot of, I mean, I'm sure in Vancouver there's been a lot of talk about him getting going, but there's, like, at no point over the last 4 days have we been like, are you concerned about Elias Pettersson? Now, his numbers against the Oilers going back to the beginning of last season, let's say.
Yep.
Goal, two assists, 1 assist, goal and 3 assists, 2 assists, 1 assist, and then had no points in that final game of the year. But I think if you add it up quickly, it's 11 points in his last 7 games against the Edmonton Oilers. Is there something like, does he play well against the Oilers?
He might, and this might wake him up. I mean, it's not Draisaitl McDavid versus Nashville, but I would be respectful of Elias Pettersson and very cognizant when he's out there, because who knows? Maybe he does wake up against Edmonton. I would not brush him off as being like, oh, he's a ghost this playoffs. No. I think there's something about Edmonton and Swedes on the Canucks.
Those damn Sedins problems.
Naslin back in the day.
Matthias Oland.
Right?
Damn you, Matthias Oland.
So I would be leery of it. I would play him and respect him. Play him hard.
So are you comfortable with a Pettersson line versus Ryan McLeod line matchup? Or is that a little bit of if the Canucks are running and getting last change, you're seeing JT Miller come out against 97 and Lindholm come out against Leon Draisaitl. How big, like, are you worried about McLeod and Holloway and Perry against the Pettersson line?
Watch it closely, see how it goes. If Pettersson wakes up, then I'm maybe looking at and McLeod can't handle him, then I'm switching it up or trying to do everything in my power to switch up that matchup. Because I think Lindholm against Draisaitl, that's Draisaitl all day, every day.
I think you have to like that. I think you have to like that matchup.
Keep an eye on it, though, that third line matchup.
Jenna is in and says Kane and Nuge are going to go all BC Bash brothers up in there tonight. Can't wait to see it. I do like the idea of, like, Nuge beating the piss out of Lindholm in the first period. Just be like, series on. Let's go.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be something.
The man from the lower mainland laying the boom down.
Burnaby Ryan.
On the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah.
That would be something. I hope we get some sort of fight like that in this series.
That'd be wonderful.
Just two like Ryan McLeod versus Nils Höglander. Give me that tilt.
Höglander's a thick little ball of hate.
Yeah, I don't see McLeod dropping the mitts.
No.
But whatever. The Oil Stream is presented to you by Boston Pizza. Their playoff menu is now available, featuring the hat, and this is available all day. Halftime square footer, flight of wings, triple play platter, which features the Thai chicken bites, the cactus cuts, and the Bandera bread. It's like taking 3 All-Stars and putting them together on one plate. I mean, brilliant move. Brilliant move by Boston Pizza there.
Delicious.
And they've got the Chipotle chicken quesadillas. Those are new, the Chipotle chicken quesadillas.
Those are so good.
Fuel your fandom at Boston Pizza.
I'm hungry. Can we do in the last few minutes, like a potpourri of things that I'd like to bring up, or do you want to hit on something specific?
No, potpourri to your heart's content.
All right, couple things. This came down earlier today, I think within the last hour or so. The Ted Lindsay finalists, Kucherov, McKinnon, Matthews.
I had that at the top of my list here. I forgot to get to it.
Disrespect towards McDavid here? And this is from the players, right?
I mean, it just comes down to if the players think Austin Matthews' 69 goals are more impressive. I mean, that's the only reason.
The playoffs.
Yeah. Classic. That one confused me a little bit.
Kucherov, McKinnon, absolutely.
Right, so it comes down. So the players are looking at it going, well, what's more impressive? Connor McDavid finishing 3rd in the league in scoring, but having 100 assists.
Missing time.
Or Austin Matthews scoring 69 goals. Obviously, I mean, the players have determined that Austin Matthews scoring 69 goals is more impressive.
Yeah.
So this is one of those things where you're going to rip the media and be like, you clowns. And this is the players.
This is the players.
With the vote. So it surprised me a little bit.
I was a bit surprised by Matthews. I don't think he's the best player in the world like Matt Cassian does, who's a huge Leafs homer. I say that in jest for those that don't understand or are new to our station. But, because Cass doesent believe that. But I was a bit surprised. I thought it'd be the same as the Hart Trophy nominees, or finalists, pardon me. Interesting.
What else? Potpourri me, something else. I thought you were going to say that's it.
No, I have a couple things. I have a couple things I want to bounce off of you. I'll go to this one first, and we'll wrap it up with one that I just rolled my eyes at when someone texted to me. Playoff pump-up songs, fan created. Where are we at with this? Have you seen?
I saw the one with Rob Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it when it first came out. I was
and
like,
then there was like another rap one.
Is there another one?
Yeah.
Why don't we all just play ours? I mean, it slaps.
Ours is better. It slaps.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I love Rob Clark, first of all. He's a friend. Roberto, back to when I was working for the team and he took over from Paul Lorio. But a opera pop version of La Bamba duet, I don't know if we needed. I love the enthusiasm, the production value. It's just like, what is that? Why?
It very much reminds me of the Flames opera from a few years ago. Playoffs are here. Let's drink a ton of beer.
I like that rhyme, though.
It's like,
I like that rhyme. Let's just leave La Bamba alone.
Yeah.
It's sacred, and the honor,
Yeah.
in honor of Ben Stelter. Poor little guy. I have the card in my backdrop at home.
I see that, yeah.
Yeah. Just let's leave La Bamba alone. And then if you're doing your own rap, God bless you, but I cringe.
I haven't seen the rap one yet.
And Vancouver.
Somebody tweet the rap one at me.
Vancouver has a rap as well. It is good, but I cringe. I appreciate those with the music and artistic talents, but it's just like...
Yeah, like for example, with Dallas from Nelson.
He's so good.
Put together the Oiler Men.
Like pro.
Classic.
Yeah.
Well, he's a musician.
He's a musician. That's what he
and
gets paid to do.
the Buck Cherry parody that I wrote, and then
Musician.
we had official production company produce it.
Yeah.
Real good.
Finally.
So yeah.
All right. I love the enthusiasm and the effort. It's just you're like, oh boy. Anyway,
All right,
final item. This from my dear friend Irf Gafar in Vancouver, formerly of Sportsnet.
You're
formerly
doing it,
of the
eh?
Fourth Period. I'm going there.
You're doing it. He's going there.
Just to bounce it off of everyone. Irf now, I think, doing Canucks Army. I think he's going to be back with Pagnotta and Bernstein at Fourth Period for some stuff in the playoffs here. He goes, ha, 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 and sends me a tweet from John Puck with Anna Kane suddenly, in quotation marks, in Vancouver today. Of course, it's not just a quotation marks coincidence of anything else going on in Vancouver today, right? Puke emoji. Just thoughts.
So Evander Kane's
ex-wife,
who has caused some issues, rolled into Vancouver today.
Deliberately. Spite, hate, I know it's not pretty. This is unnecessary. Your thoughts?
I mean, the whole drama of it all is just ridiculous to me. She does seem like she causes some issues, though.
Yes. Talking to people within the Oilers organization, it is a pain in the ass.
All right, well, that's going to do it. Game one prediction, Tommy. What do you think? Did he come out, get game one done?
Oilers win 4-2.
4-2. All right, so that would be the under 6.5, which you can get over at CoolBet. The Oil Stream brought to you in part by CoolBet, of course, by Popeyes, Louisiana Kitchen, and presented to you every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday by our great partners at Boston Pizza. The playoff menu is now available. Halftime square footer, flight of wings, triple play platter, and the new Chipotle chicken quesadilla. Fuel your fandom at Boston Pizza. And you can join us tonight.
Yes.
The GCL Diesel pre- and post-game show on Edmonton Sports Talk starts at 6:30 at Hudson's on Bourbon Street for an EST playoff watch party.
Do you like that potpourri at the end?
I really like it. Tommy's this and that.
This and that.
Yeah. You know what? That's a segment. If you want to sponsor this and that with Tom Gazzola,
Hey.
Email us, business@edmontonsportstalk.com.
Let's go.
We got the best rates in the biz.
Ooh, baby.
Because there's no corporate overlord.
No corporate daddy.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Kind of nice.
All right, enjoy game one tonight, pregame, postgame with Tommy Gazzola tonight right here. If you are listening on TuneIn or on iHeart, you can hit us up. We've got the Nielsen Show replay coming up here right away as well. Tommy and I are off to pick up our fancy shoes.
Let's go get some shoes.
Let's go get some fancy shoes. Talk to you guys later.